Welcome, welcome. This is Paul Finck, and this is a Google Hangout about testimonials. We're going to be talking about testimonials, one of the biggest secrets in business that can create a huge windfall for you, huge success for you when you get it right and when you do it the way we're going to talk about, and creating those perfect testimonials. So we're going to talk about it in this hangout, and welcome everyone. It's absolute pleasure. This is Paul Finck, and this is the Complete Business Architect. And I talk about a lot of different things. I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, and I talk about sales and negotiations and how to put together your business, how to really get all the pieces right and on focus, on task, working congruently with one another to create all that you want to create. And so for this, I want to talk specifically about testimonials. We're going to talk about what they are, why you want them in your business, and how to put them together, how to ask for them, what they should consist of, and then even more importantly is what to do with them once you have them. Where do you go with them? So here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to talk about what they are. Now, testimonials are what people say who have actually done business with you, people that have used your products or used your services. It is what they say about you, about what they say about your company, what they say about the products, the service, what they say about their experience in putting it together. So that's what a testimonial is. The key is why you want to collect all this information. And most people are concerned about how to ask. And then the second concern I hear a lot about is, what if, oh my gosh, what if they say something wrong? What if they say something bad about me? How could I broadcast that? Well, first of all, you asking what people's experience are with working with you, one, have real good faith in yourself, have real faith in who you are and what you do, and that you provide a phenomenal service, that you provide a phenomenal product, and that they're going to talk great things about it when you've done what you're supposed to be doing, and that is providing that. And so have great faith. When you ask, you're going to get great things back. And also realize that, well, not all of this goes for publication right away. So you have a chance to edit and modify, although that's not recommended. You do have a chance to edit and modify so that, let's suppose someone does come out and say something absolutely awful about you directly through your system, through you asking for the testimonials. Well, you may not want to broadcast that. And that's part of what we're going to talk about. Is the reality is that there's oftentimes when the testimonial isn't believed because it's, well, so imperfect, or I should say so perfect that it's not believable, that it's so right on, so over the top, so elaborate that it's not quite believable. So we're going to talk about what makes a testimonial believable, what makes it something that's worthwhile for the customer to listen to, and more precisely, the prospect, the visitor to your website. So what's going to make that believable, and what are those pieces and structure that you can set forth to make sure of that? So absolutely, go ahead and ask for the testimonial, and here's why. You're going to just get tons of exposure. You're going to have a lot more exposure in the marketplace, on the internet, which is where all business is these days. You've got to be on the internet. And so you're going to have that exposure out there. You're going to get better exposure with SEO, especially when you do video testimonial. You're going to have better exposure across the board on your website. In addition, touching individuals in a different way. When you talk about your product, when you talk about your service, when you are in that mode, in that mojo of being salesy, well, what's going to happen is that the customer may or may not believe it, may get turned off. At the very least, they're going to receive it in a different way than when one of your customers comes forward. One of your customers comes forward and actually says, this guy here, he's pretty good. You should listen to him. And here's why. When they say that, then you're touching your prospect, your new visitor, in a whole new way. They're receiving it so much differently. It's also going to boost credibility. You know, it's one thing when you say something, it's another thing when you have dozens of other people lined up to tell your new prospect who you are and what you're all about. Builds up your credibility. Testimonials also overcome skepticism. A good testimonial has the power to convince a touchy sale, a person who's right on the fence, that your product or service really made a difference in someone else's life. And so when it made a difference in someone else's life, especially the someone else that your new prospect can relate to, someone that your new prospect can really connect with, and then they know, well, you made a difference for him or her, you're going to make a difference for me too, because I'm just like that person. I'm in the same place at the same moment in time. Also, testimonials, not just written, they're also audio, they're also video. And because you have different modes, you can connect with people in different ways. And, well, let's be real, some people really do well with the written word. Other people do well by hearing it. Other people do well by seeing it. So be clear that you can have testimonials in all these different mediums, and deliver those to your client, not knowing which they're going to receive the best. Only when you have it across the board, one of them is going to connect with them. I talked about it building trust already and helping your customers hear your raving fans. Raving about your products or service and telling them first and foremost the positive experience that the products or service did for them. Remember, testimonials are social proof. They are what people are looking for. You see, people want to buy when everybody around them is buying. When they say, oh, all the people that are just like me, they've bought this product, so I must buy the product also. That's social proof. And so the testimonials give you that social proof from a third source, from those outside sources, to prove that this is real, this is good, and that the product or service is something that they can move forward with. Now, the testimonials, they must substantiate your claims. So if you've got certain guarantees, backing it up with a testimonial that says, well, I went to the edge of the guarantee and he absolutely followed through on everything he said he was going to do. You've got certain qualifications. You've got certain things that you say, I am going to do this. This is who I am. This is what my product's all about. And then you have different people talking about those specific features and benefits within your product or service. Makes all the difference in the world. So you want those. So you want to guide your client to say specifically what it was that they got benefit from, what it was that really worked for them. You can have them say, for instance, how much money did the prospect or customer actually get or save using your product? How much time did they save by using your service? How did it solve their problems? How did it improve their life? Write that down. How did it improve their life? You see, we're going to go into in just a moment guiding your clientele, guiding your customer to say the right things, to say the things that are really going to feed into what you're looking to accomplish. See, a good testimonial substantiates your claims. A. It also endorses key benefits of your product. So whatever you're claiming the product will accomplish for them, the results it'll achieve, testimonials will back that up. It'll also back up the key benefits, the features specifically. A good testimonial will also be credible. How do you make a good testimonial credible? First, good testimonials credible when you have the person's name, last name, and first name next to the testimonial. Testimonial also increases credibility when you have the hometown of the person who's giving the testimonial, especially when you're doing sales or prospecting all across the nation or around the world. Having the location of the person that the testimonial's from next to the testimonial really builds trust. And here's why. The client is looking to see if you've done business with people that are near them. Let's assume that you're in one part of the country and you're looking and starting to sell in another part of the country. If you've never done sales or never had a prospect in that part of the country, your clientele, you can imagine your new prospects may be a little weary, maybe unsure whether you can service this new area. However, when you have testimonials, 2, 3, 4, a dozen, all from that location, all from that area, wow, that argument goes right out the window. All of a sudden, that new prospect trusts you so much more. Oh, so you do a lot of business in California. You do a lot of business here. I get it. I had that experience when I started going international and I started creating clients in Europe and in Africa. And they were questionable, the first couple, about whether I could really service them because I was in the United States. And then as I collected testimonials and put it up there, they began to see, oh, so this is real. He can and does service properly those people in those areas. And so these testimonials will help eliminate that as an objection for you and increase your scope tremendously. Another thing to increase credibility, and this is really key, get a picture, especially if it's a written testimonial. You have the writing there, you have the testimonial all written out, and then you have no picture. People go, well, that's nice. As soon as you have a picture, it builds trust. They've actually done studies where it doesn't even matter what the picture is. It could be a picture not of the person. It could be a picture of the town that they're from. It could be a picture of another, what they might do with it, someone utilizing it in utilizing your service or your product in real environment. Whatever the picture, because a picture next to the testimonial, somehow the picture warms up the testimonial, builds trust, builds credibility. And when it's actually a picture of the person, off the charts. It's absolutely a perfect testimonial with that next to it, which is why you go on websites now. They've done these studies, and now on websites, what do you see? You see the testimonial, and then you see picture after picture of the people that are saying those things, and their snapshot, their LinkedIn or their Facebook picture is up there, and it's perfect. It absolutely increases the trust of what's been said. You get this. So also a good testimonial is from the people that you're connected with. And I mentioned this. So it's the hometown, the type of people, the social economic class, or the type of job that they're in. You service a lot of different industries. And for instance, I service a lot of different industries. And so having a testimonial from a doctor, and then a dentist, and then a business owner who owns a storefront, maybe a dry cleaner, or a person who's in network marketing, and a real estate investor, and a realtor, and a mortgage broker, an insurance agent, and a financial planner. And I started having the testimonials from all these different types of people. It increases the credibility of what I am delivering. It increases the credibility that I'm real. And so you want testimonials from all the different niches that you service, all the different locations that you service, all the different types of people. So let's assume that you deliver different types of service or different products. you want testimonials from the people that are using product A, as well as testimonials from people that use product B, etc. So make sure you've got that wide variety of testimonials. And what I would do is absolutely go through every type of testimonial that you want. So make a list, and then as you grab hold of that to build into your portfolio, check it off. So make the list so you really get focused in on creating that list of testimonials that are really going to work for you, so that every situation in your marketing of your company or your service, every situation is covered by at least one testimonial that'll work for it. A good testimonial, talked about, is filled with benefits. What are benefits? And one of the key components of a benefit is that it's quantifiable. You know, it's one thing to say, he did such a great job with me, my business exploded. Great, sounds perfect, sounds like, oh man, you take that testimonial, you get that video, and you're like, he said it, he said I'm great. Then you start playing it for people, and they kind of go, yeah, all right, that's nice, because they've heard that 1,000 times. When you quantify it, when maybe you talk to somebody and you get them to say, you helped increase their business by 137% in the last 3 months. Wow. You see, that's specific. That is a quantifiable number, talking about results. Now, when they talk, let's go one step further. So not just results, so what the client got out of it, only what is it that you did, or what is it that your service did that helped make that happen? So Paul Finck was amazing. He helped grow my business by 137% in 3 months. He was there every time he said he was supposed to be there. He was on the phone. He had meetings with me, and he worked with me on really understanding how to target my audience, how to get clear with my presentation, how to get clear with my focus on congruency between what I was offering and what my clients really wanted, and then showing me how I can just shift a couple of my words to create a real connection with my audience, a real connection with my clients, to create this increase in sales. And it was instant. See, a testimonial like that, which really talked about specifics on what your product or service did, how it helped, and the results that it created, can really magnify the impact that the testimonial will give. Now, that kind of testimonial would also be perfect when it is on video versus written or audio. Although you want to collect all of them, and you will, video by far is the #1 type of testimonial you want to collect. Why #1? Well, we're on here in Google Hangouts and YouTube. Google right now, absolutely, SEO, it's all about video. Video, video, video. Make sure that you're doing tons of video. Make sure that you're putting it out there in multitude of ways, and having all your testimonials on video really pays off. It'll help your SEO with your websites and every place else that you put the videos. Every area will get more traffic and more ratings on Google because of it. So absolutely important. The other thing a good testimonial can do is do a comparative. And so you can have some of your clients do a comparative, how this compared. It's not good enough that your product or service is good, that it helps, that it does what it's supposed to do. How about this, that I have spent, and I have one testimonial that actually goes through and talks about all the other people, all the other products that they've utilized, all the other services that they've utilized that do the same thing I do, and how none of them worked. And the results came when she finally grabbed hold of my product, and then everything changed. That type of testimonial where they're saying, I've tested all the rest And now I finally got the results I was looking for. I finally got the power of what I was looking to get. Out of all those others, I got it from this. And so being able to bring those testimonials to the forefront, to move those people that are maybe weighing between you and somebody else, maybe weighing between the different options out there in front of them. And they're deciding, are you the one? Are you the one I should use? And the obvious answer is yes. Use me. Buy me. And that is so key. So you want that in your testimonial. So did your customer try another product that didn't work before? You want your visitors to know that your product or service did it when others could not. So here's some of the reasons why you absolutely want to utilize testimonials. Started getting into some of the components of testimonials, the core, the basics on testimonials are. You want to keep them short. You don't want testimonials that go on and on and on. People get tired of it. So you want them really short. At best, a couple paragraphs and a couple sentences usually does it. In addition, you could have maybe a 2-minute video. And so really short testimonials, depending on how you're going to use them. Short testimonials that get right to the point. Most of my testimonials end up being about 20 to 30 seconds long. Every so often you'll get someone we can get back on task here. Welcome back. Somehow we got interrupted, so I'm going to continue and hope for the best. We had a internet interruption of all things. Can you imagine? So we were talking about testimonials, and we were talking about the just setting some things up here. Talking about testimonials on the things that you want. One, keep it short. Keep it really short. Then you want to be real. You want to make sure that the testimonial is the real deal. So many people get so concerned with their testimonial that they want to edit it. They want to make it just right. The only time that I edit testimonials is when they go way long and we've got a real talkative client and they go off on a whole lot of tangents, and then I'll cut it down. Only the best case scenario is absolutely simply leave it be. Get them to say short spurts, get them to be real concise, and then don't do any edits. And also make sure, and I mentioned this before, make sure you have live, that it's live. That you have your name, that you have your last name and first name with there, that you have their hometown and a picture of all things. All those things really make it real for the people. And no anonymous testimonials. They just don't deliver the impact and not worth producing. And I talked about be real specific. Make sure the testimonials have some details in there that really speak to the right people, speak to your audience about who they are, about the results that they're getting, about what you specifically did for them. I've got some notes here, and I'm just going through, making sure I cover everything. And of course, a testimonial can be video, it can be written, it can be audio. And a testimonial needs to consist of all these components I've been talking about. Only sometimes you ask for a testimonial or you direct a client, and I train on that in my programs on how to really collect testimonials properly, and especially in a live environment. When you're training with me at a boot camp, we'll go into some of that in more detail. Only for now, sometimes when you direct a client to give you a testimonial, they're a little like a deer in headlights, where they're not sure exactly what to say. They don't know how to go about getting this to happen. And so you might ask them and spark their imagination with, and spark the ideas with just a few questions, like, how did, and you can talk directly to them. What kind of challenge, what kind of problem did I solve for you? What was the benefits of working with me? Why did you choose to work with me in the first place? What was it specifically that I did that helped change things or move things or serve your needs? And was your situation unique? What was the real components of your specific details of your situation? What did I do specifically, or what did you like about the way I approached it, or about the way you utilized my product or service that you felt was so different than you had experienced anyplace else? So what was it that was unique about my product or service? How would you summarize the experience as a whole? That's always a great one. How would you summarize the experience as a whole in working with me? Would you recommend my business to others? Would you recommend my service to others? Would you recommend this specific component to others? If so, who would you recommend it to? What type of person, or anybody in particular in your network of people? So a couple things, and structure is the next piece I want to cover. The structure of a testimonial. Now, a structure of the testimonial, you want to start, hi, my name is, and my company is. It gives the credibility that they're real, that you might also hometown. So name, first name, last name, hometown, and what their title is, or their position, or their company name. And then you're going to have them say things like, we've worked with Paul Finck, for instance. We've worked with Paul Finck for over a year now, delighted with the work that he carried out so far. Our company is absolutely just enthralled with this, and have them start detailing out why they chose you and why you did such a great job for them. What were the results, and what you did specifically for them that created that. I would highly recommend working with them. I encourage you, if you're on the fence, to absolutely jump forward, take the leap of faith, create the partnership with Paul, make it happen, go to his events, go hang out with him at his events, and go absolutely coach with him. If at all possible, make sure you grab hold of that opportunity. Have them say those components and direct them to exactly what it is. The more you direct your clients when you're asking for, or requesting, or directing them towards getting a testimonial, the more directive you are, the better. Most people aren't going to give the right words and say it the right way that's really going to be impactful. So you're going to want to guide them a little bit, tell them exactly what to do, and you might even give them a script to follow. Now, a script, I'm not a firm believer in scripting out all too much. A couple bullet points, maybe a couple words to tell them. More importantly is the structure, is to say, all right, I want you to say your name, where you're from, and your company name. Then I want you to talk about how long you've done business with me and what it's done for your life. And so that would be simple instructions for someone to follow through and give you a verbal testimonial, video testimonial right on the spot. So And make sure that they mention results, 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 real important. Couple phrases that you might key in for them. The thing I liked best was, I found the experience to be, I would highly recommend Paul because, and then, so set up guidelines. Sometimes you can even write it out. I know often I'll get testimonials and I'll actually write it out for them. For instance, so many people get testimonials through social media, and especially LinkedIn has it laid out so you can ask for testimonials, ask for recommendations. And so when you ask for that, you can actually send them a note saying, here's what I would say your experience has been. If you agree, go ahead and just cut and paste these words, sign your name to it, and send it back to me. And I just wanted to make it easy for you, unless you want to spend time and go ahead and write something different yourself. And so it'll really key them in. Most people just cut and paste, sign off on it, and say, great, love you, thank you so much, this was perfect. And so you've actually written your own testimonial. The other thing that you can do is I'll guide people. I'll actually specify certain sentences, and then I'll just say, fill in the blank or finish sentence. So people come to my 3-day boot camps, and they'll come to my boot camps, and during the boot camp, I'll have them write down the sentence. In the 3-day boot camp, I have learned enough that I project that I will increase my income by X over the next year, month, quarter, whatever it is. And so I'll direct them to give me a specific number as to how much they figure they're going to increase their income over the next 12 months by spending time in my 3-day boot camp. Most of the time I get feedback, and in those testimonials, I've been able to quantify the training that usually costs people somewhere around $1,000, maybe a little bit less, and they get some specials. So $1,000, they come into the boot camp and they're able to quantify that they're able to get back a projected increase of income of over $570,000. That's huge. All that was through collecting really precise testimonials and guiding them with the words, and they just had to fill in the number. They just had to fill in the blank. So think about how you could utilize that in your life and in your business. In your testimonials, how to collect them. So that was one way, simply guide them. Sit them down and write it out for them, or direct them. You're going to just fill in the blank. I'm going to give you the sentence to use. Make sure that on your website, you got a link that says, that fills out a form. It might tell us how this product has changed your life. Tell us how this experience has been. For all of you that have just bought the product, why did you like buying this product? What has been your experience in utilizing it, if you've had a chance to utilize it, etc. So click in here to let us know what you think. Another great link telling us how this has changed. Create an autoresponder, even better. You sell anything online, there should be an autoresponder. As soon as they buy, they're going to get a link to a testimonial form letter that they can fill out and say, thank you so much, love the experience so far of utilizing this product, or even just experience buying the product. So you're able to give them a form and a link to fill out immediately upon buying to get their response. Oh, here's a great thing. I have been just starting to use this, and I want to share it with you. On the side of your screen right now, you'll see a link to my 3-day boot camp. It is on discount now, special. Absolutely go and check that out. My 3-day boot camp on the side there, and there's a link there. And in addition to that, let me show you a couple other links. There's a new service that I've been utilizing called So Tell Us. And this is, and let me get the right one. This is, I clicked on a link. So you're going to see on the side, not only the link for my 3-day boot camp, you're also going to see a link to subscribe. All this video is going to go on YouTube. I'm doing more and more videos every single day now that are going on to YouTube. You want to get updates on this information, go ahead and click subscribe. So click on that link, just click subscribe, so you'll be getting all these videos for free that are coming through my channel. Absolutely, you're going to love the material coming out. We've got tons of new material coming out. So pay attention to that. Go ahead and click subscribe to Paul Finck. And that's subscribing to my YouTube channel. Absolutely, you want to get on that. And then, So Tell Us. So Tell Us is a new service that I just started using that I'm finding phenomenal. And absolutely pay attention to it for your own business. And I'll give you a link for that in a moment. Right here, tell me what you think. Tell me what you've thought of this training, for those of you that this is a new experience for you with me. Also, tell me you've utilized my products or service. Go here. And what it does, it'll actually, you click on that and it'll give you some options. So quick little form that says your name, your email, and then you can give me a review. You can either type it out right there, or you can give it to me in video or audio right on the spot. And it is so cool. I've gotten so many new videos, so many new testimonials because of using this service. I would highly recommend, you've got a company that's been ongoing, a company that's bringing in good income. You want to develop it and bring it to a whole nother level. Absolutely get the service. And here's the link for the service. Click here, and you guys will see it in just a second. Click here to get So Tell Us service. Go ahead and click on that. It is about $99 a month. There's a setup fee as well. However, what it does, it streamlines everything. And so as soon as you click on that, for instance, in telling me what you think and telling me, Paul Finck, what you think about this video and about the service that I provide and the education that I provide, when you click on that and give me a review, there's going to be 5 stars or 4 stars that you're going to be able to say. As soon as you fill all that out, it's going to go right to my website and post directly on my website. It also then will give me a ability to share that testimonial on social media, to share it on Facebook, and to really utilize it effectively instantly. So that usually what used to happen is I would take testimonials, like I'd have an event and I'd take a whole bunch of testimonials, and then I wouldn't use most of them because it meant that we had to bring it back to the office and cut and paste all the different testimonials from the video, and then go through and edit each one, and then upload them, download them, get them off the camera, then upload them into YouTube. And there was a ton of work. And so instead of doing all that, we now have this service that instantly sends the stuff right to my YouTube. I gotta say, for $99 a month, I was spending more than that on video cutting, video editing every single month for my videos and my testimonials, just to get them in formats so that they could go on YouTube. Now it's instant. So pay attention to that. It's a great, great service. Highly recommend it. And been utilizing myself. And so I want you to tell me what you think. Give me those videos. Give me those testimonials. Would love to see them. And you'll get a great way to really test out the service yourself. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Real important. And for those of you that do not have a YouTube channel, you must get one for yourself. You want to know how to do that and really how to activate it effectively. Stay tuned, hang out, come spend some time with me, and you will learn all about how to do that and so much more. I help clients, I help entrepreneurs build up their business and create double and triple their results. Double and triple their income, double and triple their profit margins, double and triple what they're producing with less amount of time, in their office, less amount of time in their business, so that they're really working on their business instead of in their business. So once you get all these testimonials, and here's the last segment to all this, once you get all these testimonials, well, then what? What do you do with them? So here's a couple things to do with them. You want, like I've got the Sotellus opt-in or plugin in my website. I also post testimonials on Facebook and all my other social media. And you want to include your best testimonials up front. You want everyone to see your best testimonials as soon as they go to your website. So on top of the fold, you want your testimonials. You want them front and center. You also want to place testimonials on your social media. You want them in your brochures. You want them all over you, because they speak better of you than you could possibly speak of yourself. They speak better volumes of your credibility and your trust and everything that you do. They're going to speak better of you than you could ever speak of yourself. So let them do the speaking and put them front and center, no matter where you're at, what the audience is, for instance. You might want to also set up a whole page. Set up a whole page of just testimonials, whether you've got a product page or an event page, for instance, or whether you have a website that does a lot of different things. You're going to want one page that just has testimonials. So a whole page of glowing testimonial, person after person after person, picture, video, text, across the board, names and locations. Snippets of your testimonials. Like I'll take a video testimonial, I'll actually practically transcribe it. So as the people are talking, I'll type and I'll take those snippets, those sound bites, if you will, and I'll put them in writing throughout my website, also quoting them. And that also builds just tons of value for the people that are looking at it. Include video testimonials on each and every page of your website. Really good point. Each and every page should have testimonials. So no matter where they're going, no matter what they're doing, you're going to find a testimonial, or they're going to find a testimonial that speaks about that. And you want to find testimonials. You want to have, and I talked about the list first thing in this hangout. You want to create a list of all the testimonials that you want. So get a list of, for every single product that you offer, get a testimonial. For every single location that you fulfill in, get a testimonial quoting that location. For every type of service, for every type of niche that you service, get a testimonial and go through all these different scenarios and create a checklist. And over time, you'll be able to go through the whole checklist and get a testimonial on each and every one of those situations, so that no matter who comes to your door, no matter what prospect is in front of you, you've got a testimonial to show them, to demonstrate to them that you're able to service them, their niche, their needs, wants, and desires, their specific location, exactly as you said you could. And don't believe me, believe him. And that's so key with everything that you do in building this volume of power in testimonials. So one last thing, and I'll talk about one last thing before I let you all go, and this has been phenomenal. As the complete business architect, I'm here for you. Come and hang out with me. Find me on Facebook, Paul Finck Professional, Paul Finck. Find me on and subscribe, and right over there you're going to see subscribe to Paul Finck. That's my YouTube channel. Let's hang out. Let's be friends. Let's create more magnitude together than we ever could apart. One of the greatest things about collecting testimonials, when you're collecting them, it is about the story. Have your clients tell a story when they're telling the testimonials. You know, I was in this bad place. I was in this situation. I was in this environment, and this is what I needed. Paul came along, and this is what he did for me, and here's the results I got. And it's a story in addition. especially for those people that are able to present these testimonials live. Create a story around the testimonials. So here you have a video testimonial or maybe a written testimonial, and you're about to present it to your client, to your prospective client. And you're about to present it to them, and along the way, you begin to tell a story about, I met this guy, and it was in right down the block from here, real similar business to what we have here and what you're operating right here. And he came to me, and he had a real similar challenge that you have. And well, we went through the process. He did end up becoming a client of mine, and in the process, he got just tremendous results. And well, why don't you just read this? This is what he had to say about his experience with me. And you present that right to the client, only telling the background, telling the story, and kind of talking about where they came from, who they are, why the connection, why you would present that particular testimonial. And that story connects it all. People are engaged with stories. We'll talk more about that another time. So this has been wonderful. This is Paul Finck, and I am the Complete Business Architect. I'm here for you. Anything and everything, reach out to me, find me. I'm everywhere, and we can spend more time together. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll hang out. For those of you that know me, love me, have been utilizing my services already, go ahead and give me a testimonial. That would be awesome. Till next time, everyone.